You can see that the bottom's coming in. I think this is a good example of, I think I've shown you a few of these recently. But if you want to trade this, right, you could just come in, buy this wide double bottom here, risk to the bottom end of the range. You're hoping that the market pops up here and tags at 25 to validate the bot, which it looks like it has. And of course, this also is a double bottom breakout here. In fact, actually, this is a really nice narrow sideways channeling here. And you're just going to take a risk to the bottom end of this range. The irony of it all is, of course, that's exactly where I'm long. So I don't think I have to add to this trade, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And the target here should be about 261. I have a fun little portfolio of shitcoins here building. Stephen basically gave me that the funding, and also too there was a couple other people that contributed to this funding, and we went through in a bunch of money into these names, sort of like, wow, is this the bottom? Is this a reload zone? Then of course the plan is to just average your way in. This is actually an interesting one because you can see one low, two lows, three lows, four lows, five lows, six lows. I actually think this thing's bottoming out, and it would make sense if crypto's still feeling super uppy, and I've always told you guys, don't get into the habit of like calling tops and bottoms. Just fucking roll with the punches. Because you just never know what the hell's going to happen in this world. So if I was hunting setups, maybe something like I'll change that. Good old bot levels. You guys all know this stuff. I mean, I won't draw the bot levels out themselves, but we can just do this simple, and we can get rid of that. And then we'll go like that. And then we'll go like that. And we'll go like that. And we'll go like that. And we'll go like that. So here's a good example. I did come in and buy a little bit here initially on this pullback here. Not really. I don't know whether it's smart or stupid. It was relatively strong. So I didn't feel too badly about it. Let's throw on 50%. And then let's maybe go change that to 25. And we got 66 on there. So that works. And of course, this is probably backwards. All right. And let's make that maybe yellow. You can see that the bottom's coming in. I think this is a good example of, I think I've shown you a few of these recently. But if you want to trade this, right, you could just come in, buy this wide double bottom here, risk to the bottom end of the range. You're hoping that the market pops up here and tags at 25 to validate the bot, which it looks like it has. And of course, this also is a double bottom breakout here. In fact, actually, this is a really nice narrow sideways channeling here. And you're just going to take a risk to the bottom end of this range. The irony of it all is, of course, that's exactly where I'm long. So I don't think I have to add to this trade, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And the target here should be about 261. So you can see, what does this thing say I'm long here? 127. So how ironic, double that is basically what, 256, 257, somewhere in there. So just right underneath that bot target level. If this thing hits the bot target, boom, I get my double Merry Christmas. That's kind of cool. I also noticed there were some names I wanted to work some bids on, and I wasn't really that active. I just threw in bids at bottoms, ends, or ranges, and actually this one's starting to work its way back down. Here's a really good example. Again, I came in, we bought the reload zone of this range, for sort of that first half. This is a really good analogy of why, little old ladies, you go in, you risk like less than 5% of your portfolio. You can always add. And so I've just been waiting for a good looking W to come in. There was a little one here that I didn't take, but I did have this very wide W come in. I was like, you know what? I didn't add to this. This does look like a nice inverted head and shoulders. So I threw my bid in on the breakout here. Now, this thing has run up quite a bit. As long as we're still in the reload zone, I'm comfortable with just continuing to work that. So anyway, wish me luck on that guy. I want to pick some of him out. I think this PEEP also is a good example. I think he had a bit of a pop here recently. Kind of a shitty level to be a buyer. I think I bought, I put the order in to buy this breakout here, this very wide W. Nah, you can see clearly this is the W that I should have been buying. So a little bit sloppy. Am waiting for a nice little W to come in here. We did have one come in here. I might even just go throw in a bid here just to add to this position, especially off the. Look at this. This is, this is exactly why I'm teaching you guys these reload zone concepts. So 78.6. Look at that. You can't script this any better. I mean, that's absolutely perfect. Right at 78.6. right at a previous bottoming level. I mean, Jesus, absolutely textbook. Anyway, we'll see how that one goes. Not really doing anything new order-wise. This is one actually that I think I was trying to get in, put a bid working, and of course, damn thing fucking took off. There it goes. So bought a whack of this, and I think way back here, on this dip down into here. So I would like to average my way down. You can see this beautiful double bottom came in, double bottom within a double bottom, and I was going to get queued and work a stink bid. I did work that bid, and then of course, we're on the road trip, so I'm not really following it too close, just, hoping that we get a pullback and I get a fill. I can't seem to change that, but anyway, I'll leave it on. Anyway, up, 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 oh, Jesus, there she goes. Anyway, I don't mind if we got some sort of panic dump against these lows to try and pick some more up. I probably, for posterity, and if I was, teaching you guys how to work these bids, probably do something like 78.6. And you can see I've got this bid working down here on this little reload zone. And that was the little fib right here. I could, believe it or not, actually justify moving it up to this level. And any kind of flash dump here back into these lows would give me a fill. So I might even just do that. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, this Bros actually, I think, was trying to bottom, but it might be too late. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. Actually, I remember I posted this in the room there yesterday, or maybe was it yesterday? I think it was. So I bought this original stink bid right against these lows. Sold half on a double. What the hell? They just brought this thing right back down to the bottom, and look at the double or W, excuse me, that came in. I could have done reload zones and been a badass, but I missed that trade. So I was just like, you know what? I've got enough anecdotal evidence for a W. I've got actually a triple bottom working here. This hasn't broken out of this high yet. So I was just like, well, it's just sort of sitting in that no man's land. I'll just go and throw in a bid and see if I can pick some up, and I got some. So this should be an interesting one. Hopefully I probably should get my sell half on a double order working, which would be up around this 5,500, 6,000 area, which I don't think is really too unrealistic. It's just a test of that high and a test of that low. Seems perfectly logical. It's just a question of is this thing ready to go? So anyway, I went in and bought a little bit of that guy. So I've been watching for this wife and the wolf. These things have been absolute shit. Wondering if there is some sort of bottom that's coming here. I don't really like the fact that they did this shooting star here like this, because this was them pumping up and then they were selling and taking profits for whatever that pump was in this candle here. And now, of course, you got a whole bunch of trap bulls, anybody who bought into that. So I didn't really like the look of this. That's not an encouraging sign. If I can get a nice tight W to come in, maybe I might add to that one, but I'm underwater on that. Wolf, same sort of story. Ooh, look at that. Even breaking to new lows as we speak. I did pick up a little bit here. I thought that was a half decent little bottom fish down in this area here, but don't look like yet. Anyway, where the hell did that thing go? Went off the screen. Anyway, you saw it. I saw it. I know I saw it. Anyway, there was another like this W in here. I thought I went and bought, but isn't that funny how that bubble disappeared? Anyway, breaking to new lows. Nothing really to be excited about there. And really, you do not bet the farm. Clearly, this thing has not bottomed yet. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this GUAC. I wanted to take a look at him. I forgot what he looked like. I know this one was pretty popular in the space. No, nothing to get really excited about there. I did come in and buy a little bit on the sort of reload zone pullback here, which happened to be a double bottom. I think if I'm not mistaken, I had my sell half on a double order just up here in the bastards, of course. I'm getting the feeling that they're hunting liquidity, and then if they start seeing that we're coming into big liquidity and probably selling levels, I would imagine, because I talked to all of you guys, I would imagine a bunch of us all went and bought, especially this W right here. And they didn't really want to give us fills, and so they just never took the price back up. Anyway, right back down. Get any kind of W's that come in here, it might be worth taking a look at. There was one here that came in. If you were trading this, boom, you got stopped out. So that's the way it goes. Maybe this turns into an inverted head and shoulders. That actually might be a really good anecdote of why it's a good idea to have indicator confirmation. We just throw RSI on here. Might have helped us actually stay out a little bit of trouble, but let's see what it looked like. Yeah, so there was no divergence through this. There was a cute little Davo But the problem with Davos is that boom, 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 there was the trade, and by the time we actually M'd out here, it was over. So, if you had the balls to take it, I suppose there was some money to be made. That would be the breakout probably of this range here, sort of down, up, and then breakout here on that RSI break to second W. You've heard me talk about that before. And underneath the 50 line, so kind of meh. They tried to break it out again, and this was a failed breakout inside bar, big sell signal right there, and down she goes. So 4 hour, if we actually look at that on a daily chart, it probably doesn't look like anything to get excited about at all. Hey, how's my boner looking? Oh, top of the hour. I guess we should wind this up. But, it's not a bad idea for us all to look at my boner for a little bit. So, hasn't really done much, but I wouldn't mind actually getting some more of this on the books. I thought I bought some. Isn't that funny? Anyway, you can see the double bottom down here. The only question, I suppose, is there any fundamental value to any of this stuff? That might be a bit suspect. But if I was working stink bids, there's the market structure level. And, good old Brian at 78.6. I swear that net level is just insane. So let's see what we got here. 78.6. Yeah, right along those lows. Man, we're getting pretty darn close. If you wanted to go and do a little bit of nanny nibbling on this thing around that, what is that, 35.16 area? And right now we're at 39. It's not a hell of a lot of difference. You tell me. If you were long from 39, would it really make that much of a difference if this thing popped all the way up here to 33,000? I don't think you'd be too stressed. But I wouldn't mind picking up a little bit more.